Hello everyone and welcome to the new Indie Corner show, the place where indie games can shine. As you can see, we have a whole new set, an actual corner, and a whole new way to present indie games. The new show has a new format. We're going to be featuring one indie game, going to be updating you on some development news, showcasing a few Kickstarter projects, as well as giving away a free indie game at the end of the show, so keep an eye out for that. Now I know your time is important, so we're going to do this all within 5 minutes. So let's get right into it with Nano Assault Neo, developed by Shin'en Multimedia. Alright everyone, so here we have Nano Assault Neo, so let's get right into it. So you can obviously play single player, there's a 2-player and arcade mode, and some missions as well. So you can see that there's 4 clusters. In each cluster there's actually 4 zones, 3 basic zones, and then you have a boss at the end, and you have to go through this all in one life. Now you just see I picked up a satellite. That satellite you can actually adjust on the gamepad where you want it positioned around your ship, which is pretty neat. You can have up to 4 satellites orbiting your ship, and then that just kind of adds some firepower to your ship. Alright, so after each level you get a score. Obviously, I don't know, mine's not too great here because I'm talking. And then you get access to the shop based on how many points you got. You can buy a whole bunch of things. You get credit doublers, you got a few extra weapons that you can activate by pushing A, and that kind of helps you give you like a super weapon for a limited time. What I find is really important between levels is to level up or to buy some satellites. You can have up to 4. So you want to buy as many of those as you can. They're pretty cheap. Alright, now there's also missions in here, which it looks like achievements. You kind of have some things that you want to shoot for, like clear a cell with 100%. As I was mentioning earlier, when you clear 90% of a cell, the exit opens, so you have a 30-second window to try and bump up your score to 100%. So there's some proof that I did do that. And there we go, Nano Assault Neo. It's available in the eShop for $10. I would recommend this game. It's really fun and enjoyable. If you like shoot 'em ups, give it a try. Did you know? One of Shin'en's programmers was previously a musician and created soundtracks for over 100 Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and DS games. First up in development news, since my 14-part series, there's been a few titles that have made it to the eShop. We have 1001 Spikes, Gravity Badgers, It'll Do, Scram Kitty and His Buddy on Rails, and Stick It to the Man. So take a look at those in the eShop. Next up in development news, we have the recently funded Red Goddess, developed by Anima Studios for the Wii U. Explore the mind of a goddess in this psychological adventure game with a distinctive atmosphere. The gameplay revolves around switching between 3 unique characters to fight dangerous enemies and get past challenges. As you explore the world, which is actually the subconscious of the main character, you'll collect memory crystals which will unlock new skills, new zones, and uncover more and more of the story. Red Goddess is tentatively releasing in the spring of 2015. Next we have our first 3DS indie title, Moon Chronicles, developed by Renegade Kid. Moon Chronicles was built from the ground up to take advantage of the 3DS's capabilities. The sci-fi first-person adventure will immerse you with its enhanced graphics and of course by having the 3D slider turned up. The game puts you in the boots of Major Kane as he investigates an unknown hatch located on the moon. The game is episodic and will release episode 2 through 4 as future DLC. Episode 1 is currently available in the eShop. Last in our development news, we have BitBoy Arcade, developed by Burnt Gablinger, which is currently on sale in the North American eShop, saving you $3. In this quirky game, players take control of a red cube named QB and must navigate through a series of worlds, avoiding monsters while collecting QB's friends. Our own Sean Long gave this game an 8.5 out of 10, so give our review a look and check it out in the eShop. Did you know Block Drop U is made up of over 114,000 lines of HTML5 and JavaScript code, which are both web-based technologies. Alright, now in terms of Kickstarter projects, I have 2 for you guys to take a look at this week. We have Dark Deception and Anima Gates of Memories. So first off, we had Dark Deception, which is developed by Glowstick Games and is actually a mix of Pac-Man with horror. In this fast-paced horror maze game, you'll be navigating through various realistic-looking environments trying to collect soul shards while running away from insane and creepy-looking monsters. Once all the soul shards are collected, a puzzle piece will appear which, once grabbed, will complete the level. The game will feature a story arc, RPG elements, various enemies, and tons of homages to classic horror films. Funding for this project ends June 29th. Now for the second Kickstarter, Anima Gates of Memories is developed by Cédric Delabelle and is a third-person action RPG. The game mostly focuses on combat and exploration, but will also have huge role-playing elements. While it is story-driven, it doesn't force you to ride along rails to complete it. The game gives you control of 2 characters to explore and customize as you see fit. Funding for this project ends June 26th, so be sure to check these out. Did you know one of Shin'en Multimedia's first games was for the Amiga computer entitled Rise of the Rabbids? Alright, now it's time for the free giveaway. This week's game is sponsored by Shin'en Multimedia, and it's their latest game, Jett Rocket 2 for the Nintendo 3DS. Ignite your jetpack and get ready to take on your arch rival Kaiser Taikai. Jett Rocket 2 is a full 3D action adventure game filled with bosses, bonus levels, secret passages, and several gameplay mechanics. If you want Jett Rocket 2 for yourself, it's easy. Just go to Twitter, tweet me at indiecorner_NE, hashtag IndieCornerGiveaway, and 3 days after we post this video, we're gonna put all the names in a random draw, pull you out on the next week's show, and that's how you win. Before wrapping up today, I'd just like to thank our two sponsors, Chop Shop Goods for sponsoring this awesome t-shirt, as well as Lee Swiffer for sponsoring this awesome sign. You can check our blog out at leeincorporated.me. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Now, if you've watched the show before, you know what time it is. It's time to dance. Are you kidding me? We don't dance on this show. We do indie games. See you next week.